excuse me, things that we do in the office just to on a daily basis, just to enforce one another, to say, hey, we're on the right track. You know, we burn cedar, we have prayer sessions, we do things traditionally, culturally to protect ourselves, to support ourselves. And that's just this one little thing that I can help with my staff is through prayer. And we do it in the traditional way, in the medical language, something really, really strong. And what we're told, though, when we do these prayers, when we meet our medicine people, is that the language is powerful. What you say, how you say it, it has power. So what we do as journalists is a whole different kind of power. And so you have to be careful. You have to be careful how you use it. They say don't hurt people. You know, if you use it the wrong way, you can really hurt someone. It's a power that we've been blessed with, and so we go and we have prayer so that we can get advice and get guidance, from the Almighty, the Great Spirit, so that we know what we're doing is the right thing. The way we tell our stories is we tell it the best way that we know, with the talents that we've been blessed with, the knowledge, the education, what we've been taught as young kids. We put all that together, and that's what makes us who we are today. And all of that encompasses, what we do at the Navajo Times. And I'm really proud of my staff. I'm really proud of everything that they do. Every day they go out, and it can be dangerous. What Marty's been going through the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't put on anybody else, but she's a true warrior. She goes there, she asks the hard questions because people need to know. I talk about how the language is so powerful, and that goes with anything else that you do in life. When you use the language, you use it the proper way, you be respectful, and you don't misuse the language, you don't say things that are mean, because when you do, it's like shooting an arrow, you go and hurt somebody. You really do things. And there's a lot of that going on these days, and too much of it actually. And so we try and stay away from that as much as possible. I guess more than anything, with what we do in journalism, I've gotten older, is I really come to appreciate and respect what we do. I mean, I respect the work that my fellow journalists here, what they do. And I just hope that we're at that level of professionalism, and that other people can understand from outside and look and say, hey, they're really doing something right. They're doing something right for their people. They're doing something right for all of our readers. They're doing something right for us. That's what we want. And we do it in our own way. The profession that we're in can be really stressful sometimes, especially because a lot of times the people we write about are our own relatives. We're writing about our own people, and sometimes that can really work against you because people get hurt by what you write, even though it's the truth. And that's where you really have to, have that strength to understand and realize that what you're doing is the right thing. Because it's really easy to have someone, get upset with you, and then you lose perspective of what you're doing, and then you don't want to do it anymore. And what I'm trying to say is that the staff that I have, we've gone through those things, but they're still here. Through thick and thin, these guys have stuck with me. They've stuck with the paper, and I really appreciate that because, like I said, we draw strength from one another. We need to keep doing that. We hope that people will understand and realize that what we do is something that we do for them. And I wanted to end this here and say that thank you to everyone. Thank you to the University of Arizona. I really do appreciate the honor. I'm going to be out there in a couple weeks or so, do some talks at the classes, and I'm really honored to do that. I'd like to thank the Arizona Newspaper Foundation and the board, full of board members. Thank you for your support. Thank you for this acknowledgement. Like I said, I'm not a mean person. It's something that I share with all of my family and my staff. It's all of us working together. This could easily have all their names on this plaque here. It really does. And I have a friend that's in Tucson, Bobby Jo Buell. She's an editor, Arizona Daily Star. And I call her once in a while, and we chat just to catch up and stuff. She wrote me a letter, and in there she goes, Tom, we're going through some tough times now, and I know that you're going through some hard times. She goes, I like what I do. I love my job. I like what I do for our readers. And so, with that in mind, I thought, Joe, you're right. I love my job. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world. And my mom used to always say, you know, take care of each other. She used to say, love one another. And that's what we have in our choose love one another. So I'm going to end with that and say, always in this profession these days, I think there's so much hate and so much bad stuff going on in the world that we don't take time to start, you know, look at each other and say hello and I love you and have a nice day. And, we need to do more of that. So I'll end with that. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for everything. And I encourage you to love one another. Thank you.